We're back. It's been a very, very long time, but I think that long time was good for Euphoria. It allowed us to develop a sense of evolution for the show. There was so much pressure to live up to, I think, what the first season delivered and what it emotionally meant to so many people. How do we create a new thing for season 2?
And action.
The biggest fear was that we were going to go back and do the same thing. So despite, you know, kind of how popular the look of Euphoria was, I wanted to create something that still had the heart and soul of Euphoria, but it looks different and it feels different. If season 1 was sort of a house party at 2 a.m., season 2 should feel like 5 a.m., way past the point in which everyone should have gone home.
Do I know you?
You're the girl I met on New Year's Eve, standing in line for the bathroom.
Going back into season 2, everything felt like it needed to evolve and grow. Sam and Marcel did a beautiful job at finding a distinct visual difference.
Season 1 was like a very in-the-moment, very present feel to it. This feels like some sort of memory of high school, I think. Just emotionally, film felt like the right choice.
We had reached out to Kodak to see if they could remake Ektachrome for us, because we both loved that film stock. They ended up, you know, converting their factory in order to remake Ektachrome for 35. It just looks absolutely beautiful.
Hey, I just spoke to your daddy. You're gonna come live with Grandma now.
Fezco's backstory was sort of what I always imagined we'd open season 2 with. It was that opening line that just was in my head of Rue saying,
Fezco's grandma was a motherfucking G.
I was super excited reading the whole backstory and all that and seeing it come to life. It was a trip, you know, they got the little mini-me and all that, so yeah, that was really cool to see.
So,
Fezco has such a humanity to him as a character, so it serves as a pretty interesting juxtaposition to see how he came up, what his relationship is to what he does for a living, and just the kind of emotional toll that it may or may not take.
Sometimes good people are forced to do bad things, you get what I'm saying? Some people's actions, they do what they have to do, and that doesn't exactly define who they are.
Hey, fuckface!
shooting the party remind me of the pilot a little bit. The energy is just like really high and intense. We were all in this one location, extras everywhere, and that's sort of what makes it fun.
New Year's, there's something that always feels ominous about that countdown, the wish or the hope that the new year is going to be different. You know, we tried to sort of approach it with that tension, what we know Rue's going through, Jules, Cassie, Maddie, Nate. A party's sort of an easy way to do that.
We wanted to create like this montage of a state of emotion for all the characters to catch up where we are emotionally with them, and we just wanted to build this tableau of our main characters for season 2.
We came up with this idea of telling it almost in these sort of snapshots, these portraits, these fleeting moments. And so we killed all the lights and, you know, put this giant, 20K, spotlight on that we would just flash for a second. It's almost as if you're going back and looking at photos and you came across a shot of someone at a party.
Jules?
Cut it!
We cut there, cut.
It was important to have Rue and Jules get back together right at the top of the season because, essentially what Rue's always wished for is a relationship with Jules and the ability to do drugs at the same time. And so I figured, well, why not just give her everything she says she needs and then see how it turns out for her.
I just really missed you. What really breaks my heart, at least, is the only time that Rue is able to communicate her feelings is when she's high.
I really miss you too. It goes both ways, the sort of codependence. Both of them probably feel as though there's a bit of a hole that would feel really good to have sort of full again with one another.
I think a lot of our decisions in life aren't necessarily guided by logic. They're guided by emotion and want and desire. My hope for the audience is that they've been through it with these characters and that they love them all despite their faults and flaws, and that they're excited about what happens next.